Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, and this is tonight's headlines. Boni bags gold at Asian Para Games. Enhancing regional collaboration through research. And urban development for rural residents is never out of sight. National Paralympic and Sarawakian para powerlifter Boni Bunyal Gustin has added yet another feather in his cap after he won a gold medal for Malaysia in the men's 72kg event at the 2022 Hangzhou Asian Para Games on Wednesday. The Syrian lad also set a new record after lifting 230 kilograms in his second appearance at the Games. Boni's record broke the previous record of 229kg lift by Iranian powerlifter Ruhala Rustami. Boni attributed the success to the presence of his brother Brian Junisi Gustin, who will compete in the 80kg event, which served as a motivational factor for him to win his maiden gold. Meanwhile, Minister of Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development Sarawak, Dato Sri Fatimah Abdullah, congratulated Boni Bunyal on his remarkable achievement. Fatimah also acknowledged the valuable contribution of their powerlifting coach in shaping the success of Boni and the entire Malaysian powerlifting team. The Malaysian powerlifting team consists of 5 athletes from Sarawak and 1 from Peninsula. Boni's victory in the 72kg event brings Malaysia's gold medal tally to an impressive total of 5. Kursi Sheikh Ottoman Sarawak establishes an ecosystem for more in-depth research in various fields, unlocking the state's potential in regional collaboration. Premier Sarawak Dato' Peninggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg recognizes the importance of this effort in elevating the region's reputation, capabilities and socio-economic development, not to mention contributing to the development of human capital in the country.
Kita ada kerusi di Universiti Putra, itu adalah kajian sosial di bawah kerusi dinamakan PN Sri Adnan. Dan kita ada kerusi pula di MAS di bawah nama arwah orang tua saya di MAS. Juga kajian bidang-bidang yang tertentu. Masuklah bidang antropologi dan juga sumber biodiversity. Di mana kita ada beberapa kursi yang ditubuhkan oleh Institut Pengajian Tinggi atas cadangan mereka dan kita berilah peruntukan. Di sini 5 juta dan dia adalah lembaga amanah yang menguruskan wakaf 5 juta itu. Dan kita rasakan bahawa ulangannya lah daripada intangible benefit we get from the training dan research by our scholars. Yang itu yang penting. Dan kalau sekiranya ciptaan mereka ataupun produk mereka yang ada mempunyai value, jadi kita akan mendapat patent IP dia, patent.
The achievement, represented by the establishment of the Kursi Sheikh Ottoman Sarawak at University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM, marks a significant milestone in advancing relationships between the state government, the Sarawak Islamic Council MIS, and local universities. Rural residents in Sarawak are not being left out from urban development thanks to the Ministry of Utilities and Telecommunications in providing essential services. Its Minister, Dato Sri Julaihi Narawi, assured that his ministry will continue fostering inclusivity while narrowing the gap between urban and rural communities. As such, he revealed that several telecommunications and utility projects in rural areas have been completed and are benefiting the local population.
Saya mintalah kita mempunyai rasa kesabaran sikitlah, kerana usaha ini ialah usaha yang berterusan yang dilakukan oleh Kerajaan Sarawak bersama-sama dengan Kerajaan Pusat. Kita nakkan penduduk di luar bandar terlibat sama dalam mainstream development, maknanya inclusivity lah. Kita mau setidaknya tinggal dari segi agenda pembangunan kita.
He told this to reporters during an official working visit to Rumah Richard Umkar, Sungai Serupah in Tatau on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Julahi reiterated that inclusivity is a constant focus for Sarawak, ensuring active participation from all segments of society, whether they reside in rural areas, coastal regions or urban centres. Furthermore, he noted that most of Sarawak now has electricity and water supply grids in place. Established on October 1st, 1993, Sarawak Rivers Board serves as the custodian for the rivers in Sarawak. Tonight, the board celebrates its anniversary with a gala dinner attended by Transport Minister Dato Sri Lee Kim Shin. Our reporter, Douglas Elliott, has more from the event. Go ahead, Douglas.
Right, thank you, Lorenzo. At the Sarawak Rivers Board 30th anniversary dinner tonight, Sarawak Transport Minister Dato Sri Lee Kim Shin puts forth an interesting idea for the board to consider, and that is to study river as an alternative route for transporting heavy goods such as construction materials as well as palm oil products. Now, the reason, he said, is to make full use of the wharves in the state, which he noted are becoming increasingly more idle since road connectivity in areas such as Cebu and Kapit in the state has improved tremendously. The move, he said, would also help to reduce damaged roads or potholes caused by heavy lorries. Now, he said that the method is also safer, not only but for other road users as well. Now, on the anniversary itself, he thanked the board for the hard work and hope that the board will continue to care for the health and safety of the rivers in the state. Right, Lorenzo, I think that is all the quick sharing I have with you tonight. And back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Douglas, for the updates. And now moving on, local authorities, PBT, must strengthen their efforts to raise awareness about the importance of recycling within the community. Deputy Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak, Datuk Dr. Pengawang Manggil, said such an effort will have the potential to restore the ecosystem for the future.
Where you come in sebagai pihak berkuasa tempatan, di mana peranan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan adalah untuk menggalakkan recycling ataupun mengurangkan pembuangan sampah dan juga pencemaran udara di peringkat akar umbi. This is where your role is, and I hope, and I certainly hope that your recycling practice will not end only at this booth. Ia haruslah dikembarkan ataupun diwar-warkan dan juga dipraktikkan oleh pelbagai lapisan masyarakat maupun di kampung ataupun di bandar supaya kita dapat menjaga dan to protect our environment for our future generation.
He also emphasized the importance of spreading environmental education throughout the community, starting from the grassroots.
I hope dengan adanya kesedaran seperti ini, kita dapat menyebarkan not only to the student, bukan saja di peringkat sekolah rendah dan juga sekolah menengah, tetapi juga kepada komuniti setempat melalui rukun tetangga, JKK dan sebagainya, supaya kita dapat to preserve our environment. Dan saya masih ingat ada perkataan English. This environment, what we have today is not for us only. Environment is not ours only, tetapi kita menjaga alam sekitar ini untuk masa depan anak dan cucu kita. If we fail to do so, then I think we fail in our duty.
He said this in his speech at the Innoways program at the Berkenuk Community Hall here today. Team Green Today, Thriving Tomorrow. He hopes that PBT and the community can lead the transformation of waste materials into products with social, economic and environmental value. This indirectly aligns with the Sustainable Development Goals SDG and the Sarawak Government Goals in the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030. The program is implemented to enhance cooperation among all parties in environmental preservation and restoration, as well as to encourage community interests in producing innovative products through recycling used materials. Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka DBP Sarawak branch has collaborated its stakeholders to publish the first and official dictionary for the Sarawak Malay language, containing a total of 13,000 words of the dialect. Premier Sarawak Dato' Padinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg lauded such an initiative as it dignifies local dialects for the knowledge of the masses while preserving them from extinction. He said this in a text speech read by the Deputy Minister for Women, Children and Community Development, Dato' Rosie Yunus, at the launching ceremony of the International Borneo Lexicology and Lexicography Conference, PAL Borneo 2023, held at Unimas on Wednesday.
Saya yakin bahawa kamus ini dapat dijadikan rujukan dan dimanfaatkan khususnya oleh generasi masa kini serta para pengkaji bahasa untuk mendalami kosa kata Melayu Sarawak. Menerusi persidangan seperti inilah para pengkaji dan pencinta bahasa dari dalam dan luar negara akan dapat membentangkan hasil penyelidikan mereka dan berkongsi ilmu serta pandangan tentang kaedah terkini yang lebih sistematik untuk melaksanakan kajian dan penyelidikan bahasa, termasuklah usaha pengumpulan data serta perakaman kosakata sesuatu bahasa.
Meanwhile, he also hinted at several local dialects that are on the verge of extinction, including Miriye, Kelabit, Punan, Kiput, Narom and Selakau. Hence, Abang Johari hopes that a detailed plan will be developed to protect these dialects as they are considered a national treasure.
Sudah tentu saya berasa amat bangga apabila ada beberapa dialek Sarawak yang terserap ke dalam bahasa Melayu. Misalnya kata jerayawara yang terhasil daripada gabungan perkataan jeraya, cuma mungkin sebutan jeraya, kita jeraya dalam bahasa Melayu Sarawak yang bermaksud jalan raya, manakala wara bermakna pertunjukan atau sandiwara.
DBP had previously published several Sarawakian dialects dictionaries, including the Iban Melayu Dewan Dictionary, Melana Mukah Melayu Dewan Dictionary, and Vai Bahasa Melayu Dictionary. The effort to publish the Sarawak Malay Dictionary is not without its challenges. One of the dictionary editors, who is also the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Education, Language and Communication at the University Malaysia Sarawak Unimas, Dr. Dilah Tuah said the most challenging aspect is the process of word rationalization to construct sentences and word selection for the dialects.
First, kita nak dapatkan kata yang betul-betul Sarawak. Kita nak pilih sama ada bahasa Sarawak ataupun bahasa Melayu baku. Kedua, kita nak mula ayatnya. Kerana ayat Sarawak tu yang lama-lama susah kita nak mula ayat. Sebab kamus tu kamus yang lengkap sekali dengan contoh ayat. Ia adalah part yang paling struggle sebenarnya. Untuk mula word list, it should be no problem. Ia bukan isu. Tapi nak mula ayat, ia agak mencabar.
She also acknowledged that the dictionary is not perfect, as language is dynamic and constantly evolving with contemporary developments. Therefore, according to Dr. Dilah, the dictionary will be regularly updated. One student from the same faculty, known simply as Lewis, shared his views on preserving endangered languages. He emphasized the importance of oral communication to ensure that languages can be practiced directly.
because I believe that Borneo punya language is some of them are almost extinct, and most of the people they don't know what language are these. So I do believe that when we have a dictionary for each of the language, I think there will be more. How do you say it? You can save it for the future generation itself. Yes.
Coming up right after the break, Anwar Ibrahim slams West's hypocrisy in supporting brutal Israel, while more than 100 Palestinians are killed in the West Bank amid Gaza war. Only on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. The government gave its assurance that food security will remain stable in view of the rationalization of diesel prices next year. The Ministry of Economy said targeted subsidies are important to ensure that only those who are truly in need would receive them, while strengthening the government's fiscal position at the same time.
Kita juga lihat kalau tengok contoh kerajaan, usaha kerajaan dalam melaksanakan inisiatif usahawan tani Intan di bawah inisiatif pendapatan rakyat yang bertindak sebagai serampang dua mata, iaitu kita juga untuk memastikan mereka kumpulan sasaran itu mempunyai pendapatan yang mencukupi, tetapi pada masa yang sama juga kita kena memastikan bekalan untuk tahun hadapan itu lebih terjamin.
His reply to the supplementary question from On Abu Bakar Batu Pahat PH was read by the Local Government Development Deputy Minister Akmal Nasrullah Muhammad Nasir. He said efforts are being taken to boost food supplies and food security for the people in dealing with the impact from inflation, which is projected to be around 2.1% to 3.6% next year. The government, in collaboration with industry players, will develop physical paddy fields that are based on Industrial Revolution 4.0 technology. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Chan Fung Hin, said other components of the model include a plantation management system that comes equipped with sensors, mechanization and automation systems, as well as a special unit for field fortification. Chan said the mechanism is being implemented under the Smart SBB program in collaboration with leading companies such as FGV Integrated Farming in IADA Seberang Perak and IADA Northwest Selangor.
Jabatan Pertanian Malaysia TOA menyediakan data berkaitan aktiviti tanaman secara real time menerusi penggunaan sistem aplikasi MACJAW yang berasaskan Geographic Information System GIS. Sistem ini akan menjadikan teknik dan amalan pertanian lebih efektif dan efisien yang merangkumi analisis data tanah, pemilihan jenis tanaman terbaik dan penggunaan tahap baja yang tepat dan bersesuaian.
He said this in reply to Bacho MP Muhammad Shahir Che Sulaiman, who also inquired on the ministry initiative to encourage smart farming, specifically for the paddy and palm sectors. According to Chan, his ministry is also strategically working together with private companies to develop technologies related to the paddy sector. He said the collaboration with FGVIF in a large-scale smart paddy field, Smart SBB, to implement the Fortified Field Fragrant Rice 3FR initiative is one of the measures being pursued in the paddy sector. The initiative, he said, relates to the use of microbes and soil conditioners to enhance soil fertility, boosting yield especially in low-yield areas. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim lambasted the hypocrisy of the United States condemning Russia's attack of Ukraine, but in the same breath supporting Israel's illegal occupation of Palestine. He said the support of the United States and Europe had emboldened Israel to commit the mass murder of children by bombing hospitals and schools.
Ini yang saya katakan sudah sampai ke tahap gila, tahap kegilaan. It is the level of insanity to allow people to be butchered, babies to be killed, hospitals to be bombed, and schools to be destroyed. This is the height of barbarism in this world.
Anwar also told the high respect given by Arab countries such as Qatar, Bahrain and Egypt to Malaysia for its role in highlighting the Palestine-Israel conflict. However, he explained that many of the leaders of Islamic nations whom he met recently admitted that the Palestine conflict is a very difficult issue to address. The Prime Minister said the situation had arisen from Israel's arrogance after it garnered strong support from the United States and the United Kingdom.
Masa depan bagi mereka sangat malam. Kemungkinan tentera Israel akan tetap menceroboh ke Gaza. Kita sebagai orang Islam yakin nasrum minallahi wa fathun qarib wa basyiril mu'minin. Kita yakin dengan pertolongan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Tetapi ingat, kita harus terima kenyataan keadaan sekarang akan lebih parah bagi rakyat Gaza. Kerana keangkuhan kezaliman Israel yang didukung oleh negara barat.
He said this when speaking at the Solidarity with Palestine rally at Axiata Arena Stadium, Bukit Jalil on Tuesday night. More than 16,000 people showed up in solidarity with the Palestinian people. Moving on to international affairs. More than 100 Palestinians across the West Bank have been killed since the war erupted between Israel and Hamas on October 7. According to its health ministry, the Palestinian death toll has reached 101, with many killed by Israeli bullets and missiles. Violence had already spiraled in the West Bank before the Gaza war, with the highest death toll in the Palestinian territory since at least 2005. Many of the Palestinian deaths came in raids by Israeli troops, but there has also been a rise in violence between Palestinian and Israeli settlers that has seen civilians as well as fighters killed on both sides. In the latest violence, 3 Palestinians were killed in Jenin and 1 in Qalqilia, while another Palestinian was also killed in Kalandia. The Israeli military said it launched a drone strike in the densely populated Jenin refugee camp, but did not comment on the number of deaths. The health ministry in Gaza said over 5,791 civilians have been killed as Israel has bombarded the territory. China sent its youngest ever crew of astronauts to the Tiangong space station on Thursday as Beijing pursues plan for a manned mission to the moon by the end of the decade. The Shenzhou 17 crew has an average age of 38 compared to 42 for the crew of the previous Shenzhou 16. The Shenzhou 17 module carrying the 3 space travelers blasted off at 11:14 a.m. local time on Thursday from the Jiuquan launch site in China's northwest. The all-male trio will be led by Tang Hongbo in his 40s on his first return mission to the Tiangong space station. Accompanying him will be Tang Xiangji and Jiang Xinlin, both in their mid-30s and each making their maiden space voyages to the Shenzhou 17 mission.
飞行呢，也是我一直以来的梦想和追求。此刻我感到无比的激动，无比的幸运，无比的幸福。激动的是能够为祖国出征太空，这是无上的光荣。
The Shenzhou 17 spacecraft will conduct autonomous rendezvous and docking procedures after entering orbit. It will dock with the station's core module about 6.5 hours after first initiating the procedure. Tiangong is the crown jewel of Beijing's space program, which has also landed robotic rovers on Mars and the Moon and made China the 3rd country to put humans in orbit. The station is constantly crewed by teams of 3 astronauts who are rotated out every 6 months. And that is all the updates for TVS Nightline tonight. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.